Hi everyone, and welcome to Screams After Midnight. This is the horror movie podcast here on the Mild Fuzz Podcast Network. I'm Peter Bradley, and with me, as always, is Tim Vargulish.
Hello there, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm never letting that joke go, Tim.
That's fine, I love it.
Okay. Also here is Kevin.
Yes, I'm no longer static. I actually have a face.
You actually have a face, unfortunately. You'll notice that I never say Kevin's last name because it's not as fun as Tim's, and also don't know how to pronounce it properly. So I just say Kevin.
I could be Kevin Pormgustafy. There you go.
Pormgustafy.
That's good.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my last name then in Halloween terms?
Bradley.
Oh, you're a dick. You're such a dick. Anyway, yeah, so this is the horror movie show here on the Mild Fuzz Podcast Network. Every week we review a horror film from the past or the present. We've done a couple of our newish ones the last couple of weeks. We did Green Inferno, we did Deathgasm. We decided to go back a little bit for this one before we get to some of the newer releases, which are coming soon. The stuff that came out in the US in January, we're doing shortly. We're just waiting for the UK release, which is, in February, so those are coming soon. So if you're looking forward to us talking about The Boy or The Forest, then they're coming. But this week, we're going to talk about Blood Rage, aka Nightmare at Shadow Woods, and I'll explain the two titles in a minute. And it's directed by John Grissmer and was released in 1987. However, it was not shot in 1987 or 86. I mean, obviously sometimes movies are shot the year before because it takes so long to make them. But
the devil, you say?
Yeah. But this was shot in 1984 and shelved for a few years, and it was recut. It was heavily edited and released theatrically as Nightmare at Shadow Woods. It was then later the video version that was released under the original title of Blood Rage, which was uncut. But it didn't have all the scenes from the theatrical cut. So there's actually a new cut on the Blu-ray, which is like the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a combination of the two cuts. It's all the extra violence from the video version, but all the extra sort of dialogue stuff from the theatrical cut. For the purpose of this, I believe we all watched the uncut video version. We didn't watch the new combination cut. Because that's just, I don't know, I felt like that was best. I felt, with a movie like this, I feel like the shorter one, I'm here for the violence, I'm not here for long scenes of dialogue. so let's not pretend that I want to see all that. But yeah, as always guys, full spoilers for the movie that we're talking about. That's always the case on this show. So, with all that said, Tim.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy Blood Rage?
I gotta tell you, I did not, Pete. Yeah, this movie was garbage.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, I guess we'll wait to get into it, but...
Keep going, I'm trying to get my camera back in focus.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah, that's fine. You keep going, fuzzy. I was just waving.
But,
Mild fuzzy?
Yeah.
Oh. First bad pun of the night.
Well, I guess I don't want to, get too far into it. We'll let Kevin go and give his thoughts before I really delve into this piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think Tim summed it up when he said garbage. This was awful. These films are all the same. all these 80s awful slasher films are the exact same film, just with different characters and slightly different plots. And I don't like one of them, so I don't like any of them. Peter, pick better films.
I would say, if I had to describe this movie, I would say it felt like an extra long episode of a soap opera that was trying to do like a Halloween episode set at Thanksgiving, and then they decided to give it the title of a Sega Genesis game. That's like, I think that accurately describes this movie.
Well,
also, I don't know which cut I watched. It wasn't the cut you sent me. I found my own one. But the dialogue in this was terrible. It's like
All right, hold on. Before you get too far down the rabbit hole, we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it fairly in depth, but I kind of liked it. Now wait a minute. Before you start making noises at me, before you start giving me shit, right? I agree. The acting in this terrible, right?
Yeah.
No, abysmal. I agree that the dialogue terrible, abysmal. However, it's kind of like how you like watching a bad movie and you like watching the bad acting and the bad dialogue. For me, this was kind of that. It was kind of, I was kind of like just gleefully taking in all the cheesiness and the absurdity of the lines that they were saying to each other, and also I liked the kills. The kills were good for the most part.
Well, a few caveats I would say, because I do agree. I think it is like a fun bad movie to watch. The couple of problems I had was, one, usually I find bad movies a lot more enjoyable when I'm watching like with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I think definitely I would have had a little bit more of an experience, a better experience, if I was like watching this at a party with a couple of friends. We had some drinks and some snacks or something. I think totally different kind of viewing than watch it when I came straight home from work. I was hungry, tired, and all that shit. Also, the version I watched was a shitty YouTube version with like French subtitles. So the quality, already all the shit was kind of cheesy and bad, but I feel like maybe if I was watching like a Blu-ray copy or something, like it'd been all right, like it looked a little clearer. Sometimes I didn't have to struggle to make out what was happening or what people were saying. I probably would have enjoyed it a little better too. So I will add those little caveats with my liking.
I did watch it on Blu-ray, which I purchased just to hurt Kevin some more.
What's money?
I bought the Blu-ray. I bought the 3-disc collector's edition Blu-ray.
3 discs. My God.
How does this film have so much substance that you can fit it on 3 discs? This film is nothing.
Well, to be fair, one's the DVD of the movie, right? So one disc is kind of just disregarded as a duplicate, right? But it's got all 3 cuts, right, for a start, right? And it's got some extras and shit. But I mean, like, see, for me, I do have a soft spot for 80s movies, and 80s slashers in particular. The movie kind of had me already on its side right at the start when the upbeat 80s music kicked in, and it was like the credits were rolling as like a guy was buying popcorn in an 80s movie, like drive-in theater. I'm like, this is my kind of thing. Like, already I'm in my comfort zone. I'm enjoying this. Yeah. And then I kind of liked. I liked the setup. I liked that it's like twin kids, and like the one kid like just brutally like murders this guy, right? Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, no reason. Still,
I feel like
entertaining slasher scene though.
Yeah, well, I couldn't help maybe. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I got like maybe like a slight vibe of like them possibly being like, oh, like I wonder like what Halloween would have been like if Michael Myers had a twin brother or something, because it kind of reminded me of that, just opening up with like a young kid just brutally murdering someone for no reason, then getting sent to an insane asylum and breaking out and all that shit.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Also, I think it's an achievement for any film to have its opening shot as its best, and then everything goes downhill from there. Because that's what happened with this film. Because I actually quite like the opening shot, and I do quite like the music in it, but everything else is crap.
Actually, speaking of the opening stuff, right, the opening scene in the movie theater, the prologue, if you will. Now, obviously, this would have been set. Must have been started probably the end of the 60s, given what age the sons are when they're growing up in 84, right?
Okay.
No, but the early 70s, because the kids are already whatever age they are. So yeah, it'd be the 70s. Right,
Yeah.
so maybe things were different in the 70s, but half the theatres I can go to, not all of them, but half of them have condom machines in the bathroom. You don't need a shady character in a trench coat to open up his coat and like sell you a condom as if he's selling you, crack. What the fuck?
Were people even using condoms that much back then?
But the 70s, I think so. I think that's when. Yeah, I think the 70s. Yeah.
It was definitely the most
Maybe not as much as now, but I think certainly they were more of a thing.
I know like drive-through or not drive-throughs, drive-ins like weren't a huge thing when I was growing up. They still kind of existed. I've been to a few here and there, but I don't know
I've never even seen one, let alone be in one.
Yeah, I think I saw Herbie Fully Loaded at one, but yeah, I know they were known for like being make-out places, but like man, this was like the most makey outest kind of
they were
place.
full on naked in the back seat going at it.
Yeah.
The kids just staring. I'm wondering, because I'd forgotten like the plot.
Yeah.
Like I'd read it when I bought it, but I kind of forgot about it. And then this kid just like slits the guy's throat, and I'm like, oh, that was random. And then he smears the blood in his brother's face and gives him the blade.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, like, I actually do think it's got a couple of things going for it. The plot actually does at least introduce a couple of differences to the usual slasher formula. Now, if you're not a fan of slasher movies, you're just seeing the same thing, like Kevin's complained about. But for me, there's a few differences. One, the killer doesn't have a mask. He's just got his face. And the fact that everyone knows him, but he's going about killing him, is actually kind of unique. Secondly, the whole twin thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Usually when you hear twins, there's going to be something soap opera-ish, like you said, Tim, right? But I did kind of like the idea that the one that escaped the mental asylum wasn't the killer. Everyone thought it was, but it was actually the one who was just like hanging about that was the killer. I like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Could it have been way better written, acted, and executed? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it had a goofy zeta charm that I really appreciated. I thought when the evil twin that was killing people went crazy, I thought it was really lovably goofy. How he sort of like menacing he got, and he started like just chopping people up, and poor psychiatrist woman got chopped in half in the woods.
What I would say is that the special effects were pretty good. I enjoyed them for the most part. Like the when the stepdad or whatever gets his hand cut off, and it's like wriggling on the ground, holding the beer can. And then, like you said, when the woman gets chopped in the woods and he's kind of like squirming around, like all that stuff did look pretty cool.
I also like the like that woman who hired the kids to babysit. Like she's like looking for a rich husband, and she's like she gets all sexed up for him, and she comes out and she opens the door and his head's just hanging there.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy shit, this kid works fast. He get chopped off his head, hung it up,
Yeah. I'll definitely give it to that, and like you said, I did enjoy the music as well. So it did definitely have stuff going for it. I actually wouldn't mind maybe trying to watch this again, a better quality version, maybe with like some friends or something. I think I'd enjoy it a lot more that way.
See, it's the opposite for me. That the less I see it, sort of the better. So like the worse quality, the better.
Okay.
I thought at least Tim would see the charm in this, but as you say, you might enjoy it more with people around.
The video, the copy I watched was really harsh too. Like I had to basically watch it twice because I tried watching it on a Sunday by myself, and the
hey don't scare Kevin. Like the idea of watching it twice, he's like, what?
Oh God, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't get to finish like the last 20 minutes, and then I was like, I'll just watch it like Tuesday before the show. And then when it got to Tuesday, I was like, I don't even like. Granted, I was a little drunk when I tried to watch it on Sunday, but then on Tuesday, when I was like, I'll watch the last 20 minutes, I was like, actually, I don't remember anything, so I'll just have to try to watch it again.
Should have left it not remembering anything.
Well, that wouldn't be very good for the podcast, would it, Kevin?
Well, that's what it's going to be like in 2 days anyway.
I would like to talk about some of the acting and dialogue.
Oh, by all means, go right ahead.
The mother cracked me up so much.
The mother was the worst part of this movie because
she was like borderline like. I'm trying to think of the word.
What was the line that made me laugh out loud? She's getting all upset because our son's escaped the mental institute. You know, our new soon-to-be husband is like holding her. It's like, you know what? I won't lie. Maybe I'll calm down if I clean. I'll tidy the place up and I'll clean, and I'll feel better. Oh dear.
I love like the whole like little chunk where she's like on the phone trying to call the operator or whatever, and she's just like freaking out.
And then afterwards she goes, "Thank you, operator. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." What did this look like on script? Like,
I didn't even think it was like an operator at first because it sounded like she was phoning somewhere specific.
The mental institution or something?
Yeah, like either that or some where her husband works or something like that. And like you've given me the wrong number. Like I thought it was someone she kind of either not knew, but just the operator.
Yeah. She was just so over dramatic and like her voice. It was like I don't know. It was like this weird raspy like kind of thing that it kind of made me laugh.
I have to say, I actually really like the ending.
Yeah.
I really like the ending because I think, like, because the mother comes in with a gun and you think, oh, she's finally realised, like, because you see it in her face a few times throughout that she suspects that maybe she's been wrong the whole time. And that, you know, the good one, or the one that she thought was good, which I think was Terry, was really the killer, right? And Todd was was innocent, right? She goes in and she shoots him. And she gives this speech about, oh, it's just me and you. We can right under the wrongs, and she sounds like she's doing the whole thing. And then Todd's finally out of our lives, and then I was like, oh shit, that's actually quite a good little twist in our expectations there. I actually thought, like, for as shit as the rest of the script is, for as shit as the acting is, that was a nice little swerve. I'll give it that. And it's a really dark ending because the mum, realising that she thinks she shot the good son, when in reality she's not. She shot the killer. She then commits suicide, and everyone else is just kind of depressed and crying. And we go to credits. I love how depressing that is. It's great.
But wait, did she know that Terry was actually the killer?
I don't think so.
Was she not told, and then like she didn't want to believe?
So wait, so why was she so upset? Oh, so she still thought that Todd was the killer.
Yeah, she thought she killed Todd, and then she says Todd's finally out of her lives, and then he's like, "No, I'm Todd."
But what I didn't like the thing about that though is like I didn't understand like why didn't he just explain like, well, no, I'm Todd, but I'm the good one. Like I like there's no like he didn't even try to like reconcile it or like
because he just because he's literally just held her like disown him. Like, even more than she ever has. I get that.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's like, well, everyone did think you are the killer. Like,
I don't think he's thinking very straight at this moment, Tim.
Yeah. I felt like they were trying to be, like, super, like, artsy with it. Because, you know, she's just, like, you know, she just starts, I wouldn't
say it was artsy. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, no, I think the director was thought he was trying to be like.
I liked it. I thought it worked well enough, given the context of the rest of the movie. I thought it worked. Right, it was probably the smartest thing the movie did. But I'm not going to go as far as say it was artsy or anything like that.
I'm not saying it was. I just think the director thought it was. Like I feel like he when he did it, he was probably like, oh, this is deep, because like, you know, he's just like banging his head against the wall, going like, I'm Todd, and she's like, no, just like this long, over dramatic scream. I don't know, it was weird, but
I had fun. I enjoyed it. I like 80 slasher movies, and I thought this was a solid, fun one.
The line that really that also really cracked me up was when they're about to eat dinner, which one thing I will say is that I guess by like virtue of not being a lot of competition, this might be the best Thanksgiving horror movie. But like when they're about like to eat dinner, and the mom gets the call that Todd escaped from the mental institution, and she tells Terry, and she's just like, "But don't tell anyone, okay?" And then as soon as it's like, "Yeah, so my psycho brother might be joining us." Like, what the fuck? Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually. That made me laugh.
And then the one the
I also really like you know how the new neighbor who's like kind of flirting with Terry.
Oh yeah.
And she has him over to babysit, and she sits down. She takes off her whatever or outer thing is, and she's just in her shirt with totally no bra because her nipples are basically screaming out of it, and she's like hinting that she's ready for a bit of sex, and he just turns and goes, "I wonder what's on the tube."
And then I thought it was funny the first time that he said, "Well, that's not cranberry sauce."
Oh yeah.
But then like he said it like a second time and a third time and maybe a fourth. It was at least 3 times. Like by the second time I was like, "Oh, he's saying that line again." But then by the third time I was like, "Oh, this is his catchphrase," which I can kind of get behind that.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, not a lot of good lines in that script, so they had one good line. They decided to repeat it a few times.
Do the cranberry one again.
I'd like to think he ad-libbed that a few times.
Yeah. His meathead friend was pretty good too. I don't know, like the one he's like in the car, and then Todd jumps in and he's like, "Oh, like you gotta take me to my brother." He's like, "Oh wait, no, it's cool, I'll help you out." I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely enjoyable cheesiness in it.
There is. It's very. It's like unbelievably. I had a good time with this. I do not regret the purchase. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. It's not something I would probably go out and buy. But if I had the chance to watch it again, I wouldn't mind it.
I'll definitely watch it again.
Like in terms of like,
I want to upset Kevin. Kevin, how do you feel that I'll watch this again? But I'll probably never watch like Pirate Leaf Out again.
What was I going to say? I mean, you don't regret buying it. I regret downloading it. I regret wasting the hard drive space on my computer for it. It's like 400 megabytes, but I still don't care.
Kevin, I need to cut that out. You can't talk about that when we're on the show.
Oh God!
You idiot!
Oh, I apologize. Sorry about that.
You tit. Oh, God. Everyone quiet so I don't want to edit it. Well, does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we get to the ratings?
That's probably about it for me.
No. The extremes from what films I watched today. I watched this, and then like 2 hours ago or something, I rewatched Reservoir Dogs, and just like what a waste of time this film was.
Ah, dear, Kevin, you're too harsh. You're too harsh.
I am not.
You're too harsh. I dread to think what the ratings are going to be now, but let's get on to the ratings, and I think we shall go with Evil Twins out of 10.
Ooh.
So, Kevin, how many Evil Twins out of 10 would you give Blood Rage, aka Nightmare at Shadow Woods?
Nightmare at Shadow Woods is a cooler title than Blood Rage.
What?
It is. Well, it's a cool title, but I don't think it fits this movie.
No, well, it sounds nicer. I'll give it a... I did like the score.
There should have been a Thanksgiving pun in the title.
Yeah, like turkey breast and kill or something. I don't know.
Turkey breast and kill?
Turkey breast and kill?
What the fuck? fuck are you talking about?
That's like a psychedelic, like acid trip roller disco movie.
Jesus Christ. What's your rating? Jeez.
I did like the score, and the mother was nice, so I'll give it I'll give it a 2 point. No, I'll give it a 3. I'll be generous. I'll give it a 3 evil twins out of 10.
Mother was nice. She was fucking useless. She was the worst character in the entire thing. She just sat at home phoning people. How about you go out and take action yourself, you dumb old cow? Anyway, Tim, how many evil twins out of 10?
I think I'm gonna kind of, I think, fall right in the middle between you guys. There are definitely, like I do think it's garbage, but you know, sometimes garbage can be enjoyed.
Oh yeah, but you'd much rather watch this than The Visit, wouldn't you?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah, because at least like the visit is pure awfulness.
See, I don't think The Visit is pure awfulness, but I would rather watch this than The Visit. This was more fun. Yeah,
without a doubt, and less annoying.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there were some positives.
Kevin,
the music, the gore, is all good. And again, I watched a shitty version, so if I saw a better version, I might hype it up a little bit more. It's one of those weird ones where it's like something that's like so out of this world crazy, like Troll 2, I can watch like over and over again. This, like, it doesn't reach Troll 2 levels, but it does reach like so bad it's good levels, but not the most for me. So I'm dragging this out, but I'll give it a nice even 5 out of Evil Twins.
All right, 5 Evil Twins out to... Now my rating. Kevin's face. He's terrified of what I'm going to say.
Get over and done with. I can't. It's like whenever you're watching Eurovision and they're announcing the winners, and you're just
Yeah, because Tim and any other American totally knows what Eurovision is.
They should. Eurovision's
Frankly,
great.
we don't want to know.
Trust me, you don't want to know what Eurovision is. Right, anyway, yeah, my rating for this... Honestly, I'm going to land on a 6 out of 10 for this. And that's to say, I'm not going to... Like, I don't think it's a good movie. Like, objectively, It's not good. But I liked it. I had fun. It went by quick. I was laughing at most of the characters and the lines they were saying, and I am definitely going to watch it again at some point. So, 6 is kind of my go-to rating when I really like a movie that I know is probably not really that good. So a lot of slasher movies for the 80s fall into this sort of rating category for me.
But, I think that's fair.
But no, so 6, yeah. Which, again, just to summarise what a 6 means to me, it may not be great, but I liked it. So it's kind of 6. And I have rated films higher that I probably won't watch again. But no, I had fun with this. I like these kind of movies.
Yeah, I think people will enjoy it as long as they know what they're, getting into. Like, obviously, it's not high art, or, but
I'll tell you what, though, next week we're doing like 3 slasher movies just to upset Kevin. We're doing a triple bill. Kevin, eventually, probably just before the new one comes out next year, we're going to spend like a month on Friday the 13th movies. I hope you're braced for it.
I've watched one of them, and the first one wasn't awful. I quite like the first one.
Interesting.
Okay,
interesting.
Ideally, we do like a month of like nothing but Leprechaun films.
Wait a minute, you like Leprechaun films and you're giving me shit over this?
Leprechaun films are fun. This was not.
The Leprechaun movies are not fun. They are not fun.
I'll agree with Kevin on this. I got a soft spot in my heart for...
I tried watching them for the first time last year. I got through 4 of them and then I had to quit. I bought the Blu-ray set, watched 4 of them and said, I'm not even going to watch the last fucking 3. I'm just selling it right now. It's going.
Oh man, you missed some of the best ones.
Yeah.
I am not paying for In the Hood. Leprechaun in the Hood and Leprechaun Back to the Hood are not being paid for, quite frankly. Alright? I'm making that clear.
Oh god, Peter saying in the hood. Makes me laugh.
Yeah, because your Irish accent makes it sound much cooler.
It could. If I was a cool guy.
Also, I ask if point you're biased, you're Irish. Of course you like Leprechaun.
What?
Oh, Kevin's camera just disappeared. He's a panda now. No, not panda. Koala bear. Anyway, turn your camera back on, Kevin, you tit. What's wrong with you?
There you go. Except I'm very orange or beige or something. I've turned beige.
Alright. Okay, so a 6, a 5, and a 3. That gives you, you know... we don't do averages here, but if we did, that works out to what, like a 4.8 or something like that?
Something like that. Something too high, anyway.
Kevin, don't be such a pretentious knob end, right? Sometimes it's okay to enjoy a good bit of fun.
Well,
I'm making you watch Chopping Mall one of these days. I love Chopping Mall. And you're going to hate it. One. You're going to despise Chopping Mall.
I'm just convinced you pick all these films because you know I'll hate them all.
Well, with that said, we should wrap up the show. So, of course, let us know what you think of Blood Rage in the comments below if you're on YouTube. If not, you can email us, mailedfuzz@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at mild_fuzz. You can also, of course, find every one of us individually in places. Kevin, where can the good people find you?
You can find me as far away from this film as possible, but you can also find me on... Nope.
Fuck's sake, Kevin. His camera's wet again for the audio people who are wondering why we're complaining at him. And the worst part is when his camera goes out, Tim's camera shifts to the left, and it really annoys me. He's ruining my entire visual spectrum here. You're the worst, Kevin.
I know. Alright, I'm back.
No, you're not! You were spinning a circle for a second, and now you're a fucking bear again! Oh my god. Oh, there's going to be a blood rage on this podcast in a minute.
Am I back?
No.
Oh. Although it is creepy when like your voice comes out of that koala.
Yeah. At least the spinning circle's better. At least you're back now, though. Right.
Right. Okay. Should the people of the internet want to find me, you can find me at Letterboxd at MomoGuy123 and on Twitter I'm at MomoGuy123 and that's about it.
Why don't you just say it? Like, you don't have to say MomoGuy123 twice. You could just say you can find me on Twitter and Letterboxd at.
Yes, but it makes it seem like I'm in more places if I do it individually.
Tim, where can people find you?
All social media stuff at Tim Vargulish, and if you want to check out my comic book stuff, facebook.com/GoatmanComics.
See how good Tim does it?
I don't have comics to promote.
Oh, I'll have to get you a guest on another show so you could promote the other show. Because I need to promote them all in this one. Alright, so you can find me on Twitter and other social media places at Wibble89. And you can also, of course, find me in a bunch of other shows here in the podcast network, Mailed Fuzz. If you're on the YouTubes, you're on the movies channel, you can also find me on the 1.21 gigawatt stuff. Kevin's cameras went again. I'm going to fucking kill him. Why is it all of a sudden just started going every 2 seconds? Don't tell me now. Tell me after we're finished recording. Right?
I don't know.
I want to yell at you properly. You can also find me, of course, over on the TV channel with all the weekly TV reviews of the shows we do. We do all the comic book stuff. We did do Ash vs Evil Dead when it was on. We did Scream Queens when it was on to sort of tie into the horror stuff that you may like. Of course, we'll be doing new horror shows when they hit. We don't do all of them. Some of them are terrible. American Horror Story is one of the worst things I have ever tried to watch, and I will not watch any more of it. So we don't do that. But, and yes, I like Blood Rage. So someone's going to give me shit for that I don't like American Horror Story, but I like Blood Rage. But, and of course you can find on the video game stuff over on the video game channel. All of that, of course, is also via iTunes and Stitcher as audio downloads. If that's more your thing, that's cool too. If you don't care about any of that and you're just here for the horror review every week, that's cool too. So, keep watching horror movies, guys. Give us a like, a subscribe, a comment, a 5-star review, whatever it is, wherever it is you're listening or watching this. And, we'll see you next week. Boo.